hunt some. 1 year ago, you might remember Abraham from The Walking Dead getting angry at YouTube.
I'm angry
for facilitating the of children, given that the algorithm recommends videos based on the watch history of you and your peers. The problem though is that videos largely watched by are being recommended to even more. Obviously that didn't sit too well with anyone. He demanded all viewers to report this to the companies putting their ads on the site with the hashtag YouTubeWakeUp. Q Apocalypse number 3. And people began speculating how this guy was even able to discover the softcore algorithm loophole in the first place. And of course, everyone unanimously blamed him for setting off Third Impact. Not too many people liked and was never heard from again. The end. You can't blame a company for hosting a website to the general public and expect no miscreants to exploit it. Give me a break. You don't care about kids. You care about clout. Instead of going after one of the most popular and saturated websites on the earth like a... You should have just reported the issue and made the hit piece about hunting down the themselves. So that's what we're gonna do. Now our story begins with me. I'm watching this channel and get recommended a video called Frozen 3. My interest is piqued. How someone has re-uploaded the entirety of an animated motion picture that hasn't even began production is an amusing concept. The channel that made the video is known as Cartoon Incorporated. They don an avatar of what looks to be Elsa from Frozen, although she appears creepier than I remember. Every single upload is of a famous children's cartoon, all claiming to be a new movie or episode that doesn't currently exist, like Frozen 3, and it looks like each video is 26 minutes and 29 seconds long. Every single one. Those symbols are alluring. We'll get back to them later. The runtime of 26:29 for every video alludes to Leviticus chapter 26 verse 29, which is known for this passage. You will eat the flesh of your sons and the flesh of your daughters. What first caught my eye was this comment section. At first I think it's some ARG, but I look to the comments and see an assortment of fake child celebrity accounts. Jacob Sartorius, Billie Eilish, Jake Paul, Finn Wolfhard. They're giving out contact info and asking for favors. Immediately I'm taking names and saving screenshots. Considering the main demographic for these uploads are predominantly preteens and teenagers, and the fact these users are pretending to be celebrities most popular among that same age group, I'm gonna assume that we might have just discovered an active. I make a fake account under the name Maxine. My profile picture is an old photo of young Riley Reed. I reply with my actual phone number.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
How are you?
Oh, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine. What are you doing now?
I'm just laying in bed. How old are you?
So?
How old are you?
What are you doing? Are you student?
Yeah.
Fine. Which class you study?
I'm sorry?
Are you student?
Yes, I am.
Okay. What are you studying?
Math, science, English, and history.
Very good. Very good. I am impressed. You like engineering?
I like you a lot.
Very good. Fantastic. So what are you doing now?
Just laying here.
Sorry?
I'm just laying here.
Okay. You are alone?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you done sex before?
No, I'm only 13.
Okay. You are only 13.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Have you liked to anytime?
Yeah.
Okay. Then what you do?
Huh?
Then what you do? Have you inserted your finger in your pussy?
No, I've never done that before.
Okay. You check your pussy's weight just now?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
It's weight, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you like to see? Have you ever seen? So you want to show my?
Yeah, I want to see your...
Okay.
Promptly, I give all this information to the FBI, CPS, and YouTube too. Hopefully they can imprison these disgusting scum. But until then, I hope my phone calls have instilled enough fear in them to make them back off. But we're not done here. We have this channel, Cartoon Incorporated, manifesting the perfect breeding ground for... If we take a look at the content, you'll occasionally notice a subliminal message hidden here and there. I'm gonna freeze these frames and manipulate the lighting so you can clearly see them. Your brain will do as we command. You are safe with us. You are precious to us. You will take off your clothes. You will take photos of yourself. We love you. The rest of them you can find yourself, as they are too vulgar for me to even show you. But yes, this channel, Cartoon Incorporated, would appear to be the architect for this phenomenon, purposefully birthing an environment for to engage with young teens on the internet, and we're gonna eradicate them. Some of these morons actually connect some sort of social media to their YouTube page. I'm guessing they use them to trick children into thinking they're someone young and attractive, but thankfully it also gives us free reign to hunt them down. Predators are now prey. Let's take this Instagram account for instance, made a few months ago, and all uploaded on the same day. An image search tells us that this guy is not who he's pretending to be, and being that this account is connected to a YouTube commenter asking for nudes from a comment section that is predominantly filled with children, I'm gonna presume we got ourselves a target. I DM him pretending to be a shy middle school girl. We become friends. We flirt. A week goes by and I start sending him pics. Yes, that is my leg. Go to Patreon. Anyway, he starts sending, and this is when I know I got him by the balls. He then asks me for a full body pic, and I tell him first he has to play a game with me. He actually thinks I'm a middle school girl who has a huge crush on him. I send him a zip folder with what looks to be the contents of an anime game. I convince him to install it, but it is actually a Trojan. When he starts the executable, it will activate a rat that scans his device for all text entries that haven't been wiped from storage. Exact names, addresses, phone numbers, conversations, searches, passwords, credit card information. Basically, his entire life is in my hands. But don't worry, my guy. I ain't gonna steal your money or nothing. I'm just gonna submit an anonymous report to PD with a very detailed email and some attachments. I did this many times. With a handful of these accounts, I successfully hit 3 separate individuals out of 13 attempts. Most of them were pretending to be multiple people, but it matters not. I reported their accounts to YouTube and subsequently witnessed the vanishing of their comments. But I do hope YouTube will file official reports to the forces of law and order of all criminality. Let this be a lesson to all would-be out there. If you try to prey on children, you will always be caught, and prison is a very bad place for seek therapy or medical help. Just because there's currently no cure does not mean you can't get treatment for symptoms and live a normal life. Stay away from our kids. Cartoon Incorporated, an anomaly that has somehow penetrated the safety set in place after the third apocalypse, and copper regulations appropriately establish boundaries around kids' videos, such as the removal of comments. Perhaps it's because of the disproportionately bizarre videos that offset the suspicion of being identified as a kid-friendly creator. Or maybe it's the fact that YouTube's implementation for the FTC's requirements of COPPA was beyond misguided. Regardless, there are channels making it through, and some of them mean a lot of harm. And that brings us to ElsaGate. It's the kind of content that is very obviously intended for the entertainment of children, but bypasses the for kids label for the reasons I described. Same story, sick comments. But what I want to focus on is the conspiracy theory that ElsaGate is tied to human trafficking, and if this Cartoon Incorporated is a subsidiary, collaborator, or competitor to that effect, will happen upon this Reddit post, which portrays an elaborate scheme of human trafficking on a global scale between these types of channels. Although no mention of Cartoon Incorporated, I think ElsaGate videos are being used for human trafficking. I had a series of posts maybe 2 weeks ago theorizing that the comment sections are being used to either swap CP, media, or display humans for potential trafficking. This is a video from the main channel I've been working with as far as the comments go. The video is unavailable. Edit, so it appears a bunch of these videos have been either deleted or banned in the following links. Not sure what this is due to. It looks like even a few of the actual channel videos have been removed, which is actually kind of weird because 99% of the actual videos I linked weren't doing anything even slightly ban-worthy. Could also be my earlier post, which garnered a lot of attention to the videos I linked. Anyway, weird that YouTube would ban an ordinary home video, or that user would delete it if it's a bot or kid. They then link to this Reddit thread, which goes even deeper. Disturbing. Anyone else notice this? So what I believe I've discovered is evidence that these videos are used for global. Below, I've compiled what I think is evidence of such a ring. All I did was go through the comments, find the users commenting and repeating gibberish, and check their channels and the channels of those responding to them. I found that about 5 to 10% of the users have eerily similar videos of kids on their channels. Typically, these videos last 5 to 20 seconds. The date of the video is the title, and it just films a little kid dancing around or sitting there, nothing else. And by the looks of it, based on the few videos that are still available, all of the above rings true. But seriously, how the hell is human trafficking the one and only conclusion from this? There's nothing abnormal about these clips, literally no different from regular home videos uploaded by parents. Even if they were human trafficking, why would they go out of their way to communicate in such a manner when there's far more efficient methods of communication? A much more sane theory in my opinion is that parents sit their babies in front of a tablet while the children randomly mash the screen, which I've personally seen happen. That then can lead to the accidental posting of comments full of gibberish. You used to always see these comments on content for infants before they removed the capability from kids' channels. And if you click on the users of those comments, you'll see activity from normal adults. And this is not even ElsaGate. These are random home video clips taken by parents who most likely removed or privated them when they were getting and mass disliked. So this myth that these home video clips are disguising intercommunication for human trafficking is busted. The actual ElsaGate videos, on the other hand, are a different story. We can see the comments are real people with clear intent, but still, I would not say that this is a confirmation of a worldwide conspiracy either. I have a better theory. This is simply what happens when you segregate children's content from adult content on YouTube, and everything in between is in the hands of chaos. You then leave it to the devices of predators to group up on the only remaining real estate, which is content that kids will watch that isn't labeled for kids. So now, instead of them being spread out and buried underneath the saturation of other comments, they can gather on these select videos and do more harm, streamlining this. And when I say children, I mean anyone under the age of 18 who knows how to read and has access to a computer or smartphone. And according to the latest research, a child gets their first smartphone at 10 years old. So yes, all the infants plopped in front of an iPad watching shows through the YouTube Kids app, they are probably safe. That's assuming YouTube Kids doesn't have anything harmful, which is up to debate. But then everyone else between the ages of around 10 to 18, the main demographic that sex predators statistically seek the most. Damn, looks like good parenting still can't be replaced. A company cannot secure the complete protection of a child because that is not their job. Their priority is to make money. And child predators are not wild animals either. They are human. Some of them are even more intelligent than me. And the only way you can ensure your child is safe from them is if you're the one protecting them. Supervision isn't always expected, but YouTube is the least of your concern at that point. There's bound to be a lunatic who's gonna watch your kid, so keep them safe and educate them to keep themselves safe. Anyway, thank you for listening to my sermon. I'll step off this pedestal and return to the real mystery here. The reason why I originally broke off to talk about ElsaGate, besides the fact that they are similar to the effect that their comment sections make you want to vomit, are these tableaus. I originally hypothesized that these tracings might have been linked to an ARG, but based on what I now know from this channel, it might be the work of an ElsaGate cult. I can't believe I just said that. Unfortunately, YouTube erased every trace of Cartoon Incorporated, as my team and I had mass reported them immediately after we saw the transgressions taking place. It's troubling because I didn't think to archive the entire collection of their uploads until it was too late. There's nothing left. This is all we have. If anyone out there knows anything about these symbols, email me and I may cover it in a future video. I'm thankful for YouTube taking them out swiftly. I trust that they will assist law enforcement in finding these criminals and crushing them under the great hammer of justice. I can finally sit back, relax, and get back to watching my cartoons. Thank you so much for watching.
Buy my merch.